Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Jessica Miller here. Happy New Year. I'm excited to share with you jury trial number 9 this morning before I head off to work. So let's just get right into it. Jury trial number 9. I've already done a blog post on this. I published it, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, but I'm catching up on my lives. So number 9 is entitled The Jury Trial Where Criminal Law Met Water Law at a Crossroads. And this was a really interesting trial for me. I inherited this case. It had been filed in 2009 and it dragged along, and by 2013 it was finally ready to go to trial, and I got it there. It was a trial where I had to really dig deep into some very non-criminal law areas of that were outside of my expertise in order to come up with a creative way to try the case. And it's because in terms of environmental laws, often our natural resources don't get criminally protected. There's regulatory schemes, right, that for the most part protect our natural resources within the state of California. But every once in a while, those natural resources are impacted by crimes. And we see that happen quite a bit with marijuana cultivation. Now, in 2009, marijuana was still illegal. And it still is, if you're not following the regulations, it still is illegal to grow marijuana in certain circumstances. And we're still using environmental laws to help protect our natural resources from those illegal marijuana grows. But in this case, we were trying something novel to try and help with those types of prosecutions. We had a case where the defendant had property in rural Butte County, and he had a marijuana grow that his tenant was cultivating. And in order to get water to that large grow, our defendant, had taken a 2,500 gallon water tank and just stuck it right in the middle of a stream. And that stream was collected in the 2,500 gallon tank, and then a pump would take the water up the hill to the marijuana grow where it would water the plants. Additionally, the defendant had cut a road in to help assist get some well diggers onto the property, and in doing so, he had taken out a bunch of trees on his neighbor's property. So those were the general crimes that we were prosecuting in this case. Now, you cannot divert a stream or alter a stream bed in the state of California without getting permission from the Department of Fish and Wildlife in advance. And failure to do that is a crime. It's a Fish and Game Code, Section 1602. Now, that happens all the time. People get permission to do that all the time. Usually in the agriculture world is where we see it. This was not done in this case. Additionally, we decided to try and charge the defendant with theft of water because he had taken, at least on the day where the investigation completed, there was 2,500 gallons of water sitting in a water tank that he had captured for himself. And so we prosecuted on that theory as well. So what we did is we had to bring in quite a bit of experts. We had environmental scientists on both sides and a land surveyor, and we discussed with our jury the effects on the stream and the location of the road, and the fact that streams are subject to regulation by the state. As soon as the water daylights out of the ground and starts its journey through all the little tributaries that we have up in the mountains towards Lake Oroville, it becomes under the regulation and control of the state of California. So the argument is that we as the people all own the water, but we entrust it to the care of regulatory agencies. And by not following the rules, you're stealing the water. So that was the gist of the argument. Defendant was found guilty by a jury. We were notably in a drought when this case went to trial. People, especially Butte County jurors, were very aware of the need to protect our water at the time and to protect our wildlife, because really when you're taking water, it's not only affecting those who need to drink it or use it for agriculture, you're affecting the wildlife that rely on it to live. And so he was found guilty. of diversion of the stream, theft of water, and trespass to land by injuring timber. And it was eventually appealed, and we ended up getting a published opinion on it where I got told I was wrong. That theft of water is not a crime unless it's a situation where someone personally has captured the water. Think like a water tank. Someone has a water tank and they purchased water in like a truck or something, and then someone else steals it. That's the only time we're going to be able to prosecute theft of water, when it's actually already been captured. We can't use the general people to prosecute people for theft of water. However, the convictions for diversion of the stream and theft and injury to trespass by injuring timber were upheld as well. So it was my first published opinion that I've ever received. They quoted some of my closing arguments in the opinion, and I'm pretty proud of that, even though it didn't come out on our end the way we wanted it to. I'm mostly proud of it because it was an opportunity to really try some novel charging in order to try and protect our natural resources. It was basically taking a chance at trial to see if the theory that we came up with, i.e. theft of water, was something that our jurors believed in as well. So it was a good learning opportunity for me to take something difficult and untried and to run with it and to see how it turned out. So I'm particularly proud of this particular jury trial, and I find it fascinating. Even today we're still using environmental violations in terms of marijuana cultivation to protect our environment. Mostly it's the diversion of streams, it's the use of illegal substances, hazardous waste that seep into the ground, get into our water with these illegal marijuana cultivation sites. And so we're still prosecuting in Butte County those environmental crimes, hoping to protect our environment a little bit better every year. So have a good day, guys. I hope you like this one. I'm going to post in the comments the link to the written blog in case you want to read about it, and it has a link in there to the published opinion in case you want to read a legal opinion. I'll talk to y'all soon. Have a great day. Bye.